Greetings, Lisa here. If you feel like you do something at night, more than likely you do. We consider this that you work for the army of the Lord or you're working for the army of the bad guys. Either way, I'm speaking to you. These theorems are based on Dolores Cannon's work, reading my Bible, and my own personal experiences. Now, it's with my instruction of my spirit team to come out with my regular face on and then put on this blue wig, as it were. Spirit tends to channel through me when I have the wig on. They think it's funny. They like it, and they know that some people don't like seeing what has happened to me physically from witchcraft and warlockery. I have a very quick message. They've been bothering me to give a kind of an update on sonic resonancing, because I bring it up. Spirit says there's new people to the group, the channel, and understanding sonic resonance is somewhat important. Now, before I go there, because it's kind of very simple, I want to talk about some things. This stuff and ice, what happened in Minnesota, I'm assuming. It's very tragic that we have to have groups of people who will stop regular citizens from protecting illegal aliens, and I'm assuming that's what happened up there, although there's no real information. I think the public is deserving information. Now, it's very disturbing. Why didn't those people taser that girl instead of shoot her? Why do they wear ski masks? Why are they not identifiable? These are my issues with it. And I just want to say, I'm assuming Spirit's got me out here saying stuff about stuff just to validate to certain groups of people that I really am a psychic medium. To any government contingents, I'm the poster girl for this stuff. After all, when Sapphire Hangington from the UK encouraged my ex-husband to be with an illegal Mexican or Brazilian, I don't know which she falls into, my identity was stolen. I was gaslit in my home. I saw all my paperwork come out. My High School of Art and Design diploma on the floor in a bedroom when I keep it in its little leatherette case and with my portfolio stuff, and that was on the floor and had been stepped on. That was the line in the sand for me and my relationship with my ex. Well, that diploma had been copied. All my stuff had been copied, and this is not a joke, people. My identity has been sold to a woman in the UK, a woman in Canada, a lady who's very famous in Texas has my identity. My sister's taken on my identity to garner my wealth and keep me from being wealthy. And God only knows, I think there's a woman in Spain with my frickin' identity, so this becomes international terrorism. When they're stealing older people's identities to garner American rights or monies or privileges, because I've worked very hard to be who I am and where I am and have the good credit score and be able to own homes. It's wrong. So I'm kind of the poster girl for this, since there is a trial going on that is in Europe, it happens here, it's up in Canada, it's in Spain. I don't know if Brazilians are involved. It definitely involves Mexico. This is not a joke, okay? And I stand behind the enforcement of getting rid of illegal aliens, because my rights have been diminished by a group of international terrorists. And unfortunately for me, I can see there's human trafficking involved, there's cocaine dealing involved, and a coffee conglomerate exchange. So this is big. We're talking big money. And then you have people with these elitist organizations that come together and do witchcraft and warlockery to keep people's minds suppressed and keep them in anxiety and fear. Okay, enough said on that. But no, people, in my personal opinion, Donald Trump needs our prayers and our help to discern wisdom on what's the right course of action. Now, I truly do believe there's certain elitist corporations and people who dress people up as ICE. So when I say we're not in tyranny, we are in anarchy, I truly believe that. Now, moving along to the scientist community who watches the stars in space. A new spaceship came in last night. This is news from space, people. That was a contingent from Dragon Star 5, something you people know nothing about. And so somebody's family has arrived to make a difference because that stupid, ignorant 177 community won't stop their bullshit witchcraft and warlockery against a specific individual. Dragon Star 5 has shown up, and things are going to just switch dramatically. I can't wait. Okay, that's that news. News from space. So, scientists, you saw the spaceship come in, you saw something happen with light and energy, and then it backed off. It's not gone. That ship is not gone. It's just out, hanging around, waiting for things to be wrapped up here. That was a very lovely thing for certain people to witness and be aware of. Now, sonic resonancing. So in the description box, I'm going to link. One of them is to the Schumann resonance, and one of them will be a channel where you can go through and listen to different things in different hertz. Okay. And then I'll also put Meditative Mind in there because he does kind of meditative music with different hertz and stuff. And you hear some music playing. It's James Quinn playing on the piano. He puts his stuff out on YouTube. Very peaceful, relaxing. So sonic resonancing, what that is when you are in the dream time and you know you're working in the dream time. And working in the dream time is like you start getting information, downloads, and you access your own personal powers, and you kind of understand who you are in divinity, your abilities and powers you become aware of. And sometimes some of us are taken up to space, not all. And we work with the Federation. This is God's way, in my opinion, of working from the inside out. As Dolores Cannon says with all those people who got alien abduction and she did them in hypnosis, the bottom line is God's trying to work with people inside out. Some of us have the abilities and some of us don't. Okay, so that's why they take people and check things out. And sometimes if we are part of that group, then you will be taken up and down. And then you, eventually, over time, you become more and more aware of the fact that you are up there in space. Sometimes we work with babies. Sometimes we just monitor people on screens. Sometimes we're out learning how to use our telepathy to access controls of spaceships and how to operate them. It's all done telepathically, okay? So you are psychic and you are learning to be telepathic and you are learning about your powers. Now, where sonic resonancing comes, some people, now if you're a rock musician or you've gone to a lot of, what do you call it when the rock stars show? You go out and listen to rock stars in those big venues. If you do that a lot, you work in the restaurant industry or you're in a factory where there's constantly a lot of noise, tinnitus happens, okay? Because it's from loud sound and your ears just kind of constantly vibrate. Tinnitus is real, okay? But if you haven't been, to a million rock shows or you didn't work in the restaurant industry, think you've got tinnitus, a lot of times it's spirit vibrating our inner eardrum to get our attention because that's how they speak with us. We can actually hear them. I can hear other people's phone calls, okay? So sonic resonancing is and this can help people with tinnitus, I think. If you listen to different sounds in the different hertzes, you start to separate the distortion. And in your quiet meditation time, you have to remember, we've got satellites up there, we've got satellites down here, those things that pulse and throw things out for the cell phone towers. So there's microwaves, there's radio waves, as I talked about, the harp is sending out things, they're bouncing shit on and off the ionosphere, so there's a lot to hear, okay? So tinnitus, somehow, in some ways, is a residual effect of the harp. And then you get labels with their little metallic wands in there, and who knows what they can vibrate right into your home. So when you do sonic resonancing, you're actually listening to sounds done by, nice people who put it out on the internet, and you can eventually kind of separate what you're hearing. I'm hearing the earth. You can hear the wind talking or sound coming through the rain. The spaces in between start to become important in terms of sound, and you can actually start to discern. Like if ocean wants to talk to you, she talks through water, flowing water, rivers, rain, your toilet flushing, or if you have pipes flowing water through your house, you can sometimes hear people's conversations in flowing water. When I lived with my son-in-law and my daughter, they had a fish tank, and I called it, hey man, there's conversations coming through the bubble, and I sometimes tell Victor, go listen to the bubbles. If you have a fish tank, that's an endless source of listening in on other people's conversations. So this is real. At least it's real for me. I don't know. It takes work. You listen to the various sounds, you do your meditations, and then eventually you're going to start hearing things. And you'll start hearing conversations. You'll say, holy shit, because when people come and play in your frame, and when I say your frame, they're in and around your energy, you'll be able to hear their telephone ring or their doorbell, ding dong, and then somebody comes in their house, and you'll be able to hear if they're an enemy and spirit wants you to hear what they're talking about, you'll be able to hear it. I mean, it's uncanny, people. I don't have any devices, I don't have any electronic devices, but I can hear other people's telephone conversations because I've done the sonic resonancing. So I'll put those links in the description box, and that's really what Spirit wanted me to talk about today. Now I have a message for a specific woman, very famous actress, beautiful woman, talented beyond all reason. I accidentally or on purpose watched a small segment of a movie you were in 2024, and I had to turn it off because I could sense you being emotionally tortured by somebody you used to have a connection to. You, young lady, have once called me mommy in spirit realm, and told me that this industry needs me because there's bad people here. Now, I want to say to you, this is a very personal message. As women get older, it's start adding some fat to your diet. uh, heavy cream. I would stay away from the sweets, the sugary stuff. Heavy cream, olive oil, butter, lard. Cook with those things. Add some fat to your diet. As you get older, the emaciated look isn't going to look good on you anymore. You're going to look sunken and almost like a monster. Your skin is beautiful. You are still beautiful, but put some fat on that body, okay? The fat in your body will help you deal with anxieties that are being projected onto you, okay? Um, you're a very high influential woman, and so you are being mondo attacked as of 2024. That's when you made that movie that I could barely stand to watch, because I I can read what's going on with people in their lives when I see them on the screen. So I tend to not watch many movies anymore. It's bizarre. Anyway, I hope that resonates with you. And to anybody out there, if you're used to a low fat diet and you change over to kind of a high fat diet, do it slowly, incrementally, because Spirit says to me, if you suffer from diarrhea a lot, it's because you need fat. We have fat in our body called adaphase. And when you reach a certain level of attenuation to your body and your body's abilities, you can actually tell that fat where to go, what to do, and it's a repair mechanism. Okay, it can actually help when you have arthritis, or say you just had knee surgery and you can't stand the pain. If you know how to manipulate that adaphase, it'll go around that knee and give you that extra liquidity for it to move more better. And if you have back surgery or knee surgery or any kind of bone surgery, as painful as it is to get up and move, you have to do it. Just work through the pain. Okay, you have to keep moving. Otherwise, your body will stiffen up. It'll get all sorts of calcification that hurts even more if you try to move. You have to keep moving, people. Okay? Exercise is the fountain of youth. And to the young lady, she doesn't see herself as young, but she's young. Young lady, you've got a lot of life to live yet. I have a young man. I was 223 pounds, and I think I'm running at 170, 169, 68, somewhere in there. I go up and down. I would like to lose a little more. I'd like to be about 140 and kind of get my muscles a little harder. But if I look at, I'll be right back. I want to show you something. I'm going through some of my stuff. I have two book twos of Frank Frazetta's work. But I mean, look at that. Men love women like that. Men love the juicy, seductive, round parts of a woman. Look, she's not emaciated and skinny. I hope I don't get banned for cartoons on the internet. It just wilds me out how tarot readers have to talk about covering up images. But she's got clothes on. But look, oh, I just broke my book. Oh, I'll have to sell it cheaper. Oh well. Look at her. I have a belly flap like that, and there's a young man who just thinks I'm luscious, and to movie directors, don't make these women be emaciated. There's nothing wrong with a well-sculpted body with some nice amounts of fat on it. The camera does put a few extra pounds on, but not that much, people. Get fucking real. Leave women alone. Young lady, you need more fat on your body. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel better in your mind and mentally because that fat is fucking important. If you suffer from depression and you're emaciated, if you've got that where you throw up all the time just to stay thin, you think the looks is everything, it's not healthy, okay? Accept who you are, the way you are. Now, if you can't gain weight, that's an issue too. But in the movie industry, I think you would look a hell of a lot better with a little bit more fat on your body. To be round, you're already muscular, a little bit more flesh, not a lot. I would say 10 to 15 pounds would make you look perfect. And as you age, if you age in this emaciated way, you're going to look like Skeletors. Okay, you look like sunken in monsters. You no longer look luscious and beautiful. That fat will actually help keep your skin from getting too crepey and wrinkly. Okay? That's my advice from like space, say I'm Space Mom, to somebody who's very beautiful out there who is, you're being attacked. You're being attacked. And so I'll think about you more and protect you. So, and these people who are attacking you are involved in some of the people who attacked me, and the contingent from Dragon Star 5 might make a difference, and things are going to change and shift here before too long. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Do your resonancing, listen to the sounds. It's very interesting what you can hear when you actually open your mind up to the fact that we can communicate without electronics. It's fun. Anyway, be well, people. Just remember, I think you're amazing. You're powerful. You're more powerful than you could possibly know. Be well, people. Bye now.